what we're trying to capture at the end of the day isn't necessarily green crop or leaves or stem or anything like that, even though it does play a role. The one thing that gives us lots of value in a cereal crop when we make it into a silage is the head.
Making good barley silage really does become an endeavor of patience. When you take it too early and at the wrong stage, you can lose a lot of value, especially with high energy prices, and you can lose production. So it's waiting and waiting for that right time. Now you can see there's a good example where the whole kernel popped out right into my hand here. Okay? The complete kernel popped out, lots of moisture around it. That's in fact a common time when many people will take it, and you are still far too early. You're losing a lot of value. When we squeeze, and it's at the right stage, it's going to be getting to a late dough stage, late soft dough stage. There will be no milk. Your head will be turning yellow. The whole head will be yellow. You may have a bit of green still in the head at the bottom, but the head will be yellow.
So when we look at the more mature or the main heads here, they're yellow in color and they're very plump, no dents in it, and I can still squeeze them and get a very gummy dough out of them that is actually sticky and a bit floury. So there's very little moisture left on it, but I can still actually squeeze the kernel.
If you were to come right behind the swather and you were at 65%, then you're getting very close to ideal. Between 60 and 65% is going to be an ideal stage to take it.
We've had many questions on the stage of maturity to cut barley for silage, and there's some very old work from Kansas State that showed that they got the best results with dairy cattle when they harvested at a boot stage or just before heading. So we repeated that work with the University of Saskatchewan herd, and we had several stages of maturity from boot stage on later, and we got the best milk production at the mid-dough stage. And so we started wondering, why was there a difference between the Kansas result and the Canadian result? So we found some research in Sweden that showed that they had harvested the same forages from maybe the same latitude as Kansas, further north, and they found that the same crop grown further north had a higher feeding value, and they associated that with the longer day length, the lower growing temperature as you go further north, and less lignification of the stem and the leaf. So this meant that as you go further north, there's less lignification and higher digestibility, and that would explain the higher feeding value of forages at a mid-dough stage in Saskatchewan compared to Kansas.
Barley silage is a staple for forage in Western Canada. It's a very important part of our of production, and we focus on a lot of details surrounding barley silage.
In some of the dairy production research, we measure milk yield and milk composition, and what we have found going from an early dough to a late dough stage is that we get an increase of about 2 kilograms of milk per cow per day in fat-corrected milk.
If you have the patience and can wait, it's definitely worth it.